to Just Out of You trip 151. Today, quick tipping with lobworm. Let's see what we get. Fish straight away. Give me a little one. Be able to lift it in. There it is. Come here, you. Oops. There it is. Lovely little perch. Put it straight back. That was a jay that was flying along. You can see they're taking the full bit of worm, so I reckon that's perch. Although it's really no clouds at all. It's about 10 in the morning. I wouldn't expect a perch to be feeding in these conditions. I do. As soon as I see the slightest little bite with my lob, I strike, because a chevin will pick up the worm, feel resistance, and just go slack. As a woodpecker. Yeah, it's a little jacket. There is a beautiful little baby chevin. Put it straight back. There it is, another little baby chevin. Oops. Let's put it straight back. Bite while I was just making sure it was clear. Put it back out like that. And there's a baby little chevin. Sun's a bit of an issue. Never mind. Straight. Here he is. I'll show you nice and close. Look, lovely little perch. This perch is really not very big, but beautifully well coloured. Look at them fins. Absolute stunner. Anyway, let's put it straight back. I've been here all day, probably about 6 hours so far. I haven't seen a single bird, like coot, obviously a coot. I keep going on about coots and the fact that they are locally extinct, in my opinion. Again, they might be in the town centre, but I don't know on that. It just strikes me as odd. I'm not wholly blaming the otter. I know the otter will eat the eggs and eat the birds. But there's more to it than that, surely. Like, for example, this stretch, I must have seen so far about 100 dog walkers. And not one single dog on a lead. I don't own a dog, I'm not against dog owners. But I always thought, if you're walking dogs in areas where you expect deer to be, you're supposed to have them on a lead. And similarly, if you walk along a river, I always thought you're supposed to have them on a lead to protect the nesting birds, especially in sort of March, April, May, June. I don't know though, I haven't checked on that. That's what I would be doing. If I was a dog owner, I'd absolutely... See, for example, we have a fishing close season, March 14th to June 16th. And that's, it's old-fashioned really, and people don't want it, but I like it because it gives them nesting birds a chance to nest in peace, only. Nowadays, of course, even private club stretches get dog walkers on them regularly. And that goes on all throughout the close season. You can only imagine what will happen if a pack of dogs goes along and it comes across a swan on its nest, for example. Dog owner's about 100 yards away. Dogs just go nuts on it, and the swan will defend to the death. I've seen so many dead swans, I don't think it's otters all the time. I think a lot of people need to just sharpen up their knowledge a little bit with the wildlife, with regards to how blooming low it is in numbers on such regularly visited areas by dog walkers. Again, I'm not pointing fingers solely at dog walkers or solely at otters or solely at people that take the fish out of the rivers, but that's a fish thing, that's not a wildlife thing. But it's definitely dead as hell down here, which is sad. It's really quite sad. should be an awful lot more life on a river. Even though there's fish here, there's good chub here. My mate's downstream, he's had a half decent chub by the looks of it. For me, it's not, fishing a river isn't about catching a fish. It never really has been. It's more about for me, it's more about getting away and like the recovering from life, from the flow of the water, gaining positivity from rivers. And for that, you need wildlife. You know, coots, moorhens. I'm sure there are some moorhens here, but I haven't heard one, haven't seen one. Swans. Always used to see swans. It bugs me. You should at least see one swan, you know. 2. Pretty much the only animals you see nowadays on the rivers are dogs and otters. And anglers. I'm not griping. It's just, it's an issue. There's that. Oops. Another lovely perch. There we go. Oops. I don't know if I've told you before about the dorsal of a perch, but you see how it's black up here at the top, head end, and black at just there. Well, when that perch is side on in the river, they're going to look like a pair of eyes, if you think about it. So I reckon that's a defence strategy, or maybe an attack strategy. I'm not sure. They're awesome, aren't they? Anyway, let's put it straight back. In case you don't understand what I mean by the eyes on the dorsal, of the perch's dorsal fin, exactly the same idea as the the name's got from the peacock butterfly. That's got eyes on its wings, and when it flutters them, it makes it look like a fox or a rodent or something. And that's a defense mechanism to scare a bird away. As soon as the bird attacks it, it sees the eyes. So I reckon that's the same as what that is. That looked like a good bite. I reckon it's a clever chub down there. Hopefully a big one. Yeah, it is. Not a big one. Yeah, let's bring this in. Another little perch. have a little baby chevin. There it is. Maybe even the same one as before. Oops. Come here. Straight. Oh, it's come. Looks like that same baby chevin. Straight back. I don't know what that was. Maybe a roach. Little fish. It's that same chub. He's been eating a lot of worms. He's alright. Straight back. There he is, another fine little perch. Glob, glob. Let's put it straight back. That's that woodpecker again. It's on a much lower branch now. I might be able to film it. I tried earlier. And I scared it off. It's a bit dark now, they say. I won't worry. Very greedy little perch. A little baby one, this one. My little perfect perch. A little bit of muck on his mouth. Let's put it straight back. One last cast. There is that. That'll be the final perch of the day. Maybe the biggest, I'm not sure. Absolutely perfecto. Let's put it straight back. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for subscribing. If you've subscribed purely for my fishing videos, I don't know. I'm not gonna go on about it. I don't know my subscribers. Obviously, I don't. I think most people subscribe for my dry lining videos, which is just weird. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. See you again soon, maybe. Bye.